Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today we're going to be remodeling the hardware store. So let's get started. Alright, so pretty recently we rearranged this back road here that starts right here where the road plate is missing all the way through to the edge of the table. We moved that over 16 studs and I will put that video in the top right corner if you guys haven't seen that yet. But the reason for making that change was so that this whole stretch of buildings here could be full base plate modular buildings instead of these tiny little mini ones. The only sacrifice or downside to that is that this half base plate right here and that 16 by 16 plate right there, those have to be mini modulars, but that is a much smaller inconvenience than the rest of this side being those mini modulars is. So today what we're going to do is we are going to take the hardware store, which used to sit over right where that road is actually. So we're going to take this, we're going to remodel it and put it right here next to the Sanctum Sanctorum. All right, so I have the hardware store as it currently is right now, and then also the base plate that we're going to be moving it to right over here. And I feel like this, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter because they're both half base plates, but either way, we're going to be remodeling this because where it's going to sit, it's no longer going to be on a corner. There's going to be a building right here, which is that 16 by 16, and then the alleyway for the Sanctum Sanctorum is going to be over here. So at minimum, this wall is going to get extended out to the edge of the base plate here, and I'm probably going to do the same on this side as well, or maybe add like a little extra something here too. I don't know how that's going to go. I am kind of just throwing ideas out there at the moment, and so pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take whatever I have here apart, and then I'm going to go in and then rebuild it, and hopefully it'll look really good, but I guess we'll see. So I've also been stealing all of the tiles from this too for other projects around the city, but yeah, so let me just get started by taking this apart and trying to make it better. All right, so I think my plan as of right now is to kind of make it a corner. So it's basically going to be a mirror, because how it was before was the main entrance was on this side, and then the right side here was the other street. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have the building be 30 studs long, and then I'm going to leave 2 where the Sanctum Sanctorum alleyway is, and then I will just put a window and stuff on this side here. I think I like that. I don't know how realistic that would be since it's facing an alley, but I think it's fine. I also could always change it, so it's not the end of the world, but I don't think it looks that bad as of right now. And then I just need to go ahead and pretty much just tear this apart, build it, expand it a little bit, and then this should be good. Honestly, this back wall could just be light gray. I don't think it needs to all be brown because my brown pieces are kind of limited. So I'm going to save the brown for this side here just so it kind of looks decent. And then all these pieces over here are actually the pieces that I had bought relatively recently. This was a few weeks ago at this point, but this was for pretty much all of this stuff in here, except for the sand blue and stuff, is for and also the translucent blue. Pretty much all this is for the hardware store here. So all of the sand blue bricks in there and all of the lime green, or the bright, I don't know the official color. I think it's bright spring green or whatever color it is. So I bought those to replace them, and then I also got an extra couple of 1x1 bricks and 1x2 bricks just to kind of use them for this because I really didn't have any, and so I figured I would pick up a couple in that order just to have. So that's kind of my idea for right now, but let me continue working on this, and if in the next clip this is gone, then you know why. It's yeah, I'm gonna think about this for a little bit, and then I'll keep working, but I will show you guys any progress that I make. All right, so I've been pretty busy here, and I think I'm going to stick with this window on this side here. Worst case, I could always just cover it with something, so that's not the end of the world. I could also just change it later, and I actually don't think it looks that bad. I did expand this out. I just need to go and grab one more 1x2x5 glass panel here, and then some more rails, and then that should finish off the front here. I think it looks pretty good. I did take this entire wall and move it one stud that way, just so the math worked out a little bit better. And then there's one extra stud of, I guess, alleyway right in here. But I think this looks pretty good so far. Obviously, I'm trying to keep it pretty similar to the original design that I had at the start of the video, because I quite like that and I think it looked pretty good. And so that is pretty much where I'm at with this at the moment here. There's not much going on. It's pretty much just me copying and pasting it and then trying to figure out a solution for some of the problems that I've had so far. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this by dropping a comment down below. And if you like these types of videos, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And also click that bell so you don't miss when future videos drop just like this. But I'm pretty happy with this so far. I do need to go in and add the back wall, which is probably what I'm going to do next. But I might add the tiles in before I do that, just so I don't have to like stick my fingers in there and try to get the tiles pressed down properly. So if I leave it open, I can give myself enough space to get all of that done. But I think this looks pretty good. And like I mentioned in those previous videos where I was working on the original design, I don't mind these sticking out here. I don't have any of the 1x1 by 2/3 snot bricks. I'll put a picture on the screen for you because I don't really know how to describe them. But I don't have any of those, unfortunately, for this front section here. So I am going to be using these 2x2 by 2/3 pieces right here instead. And the part that sticks out doesn't really bother me. I don't think it's the end of the world. And then worst case, if it does really bother me at some point, I can always either buy the pieces to replace it, or I could just cover these with extra plate and then tile, and then I think it'll be fine. So I'm not super worried about it, but let me make some more progress on this and I will update you guys when I finish the next portion of it. All right, so I've been kind of busy here. I'm working on the side walls and also the floor pattern here. I'm going to stick with the same pattern, I think, because I quite like the dark tan tiles in there. It looks like wood, and it is a hardware store, so I feel like it should have wood flooring. I don't think I have nearly enough tiles for this, though, so I'm going to have to see in my collection if I have any more. I think I do, but I don't want to jump the gun and say that I do, and then I just can't find any. But I am pretty happy with how this is turning out so far. I did forget to change out this one snot brick here, but let me keep working on this and also try to find some more of those pieces in there, and I will show you guys any progress that I make. All right, so I've actually been pretty busy since that last clip here. It's actually now the next day, and I came back down to the studio here, and I was looking at this side right here, and I really didn't like the window there. I didn't think it made a whole lot of sense. So I just decided to get rid of it. And I was like, you know what? Every time I build a building with a apartment on the second floor or something like that, there's never a staircase or even just a ladder to get up there. So I figured I would include that this time around. And so it's pretty basic, but it is built into the wall here. So it's only 3 studs wide, and it's just a pre-molded staircase piece. As for what's going to go under here, I have no idea, but I think this looks pretty good, and I'm quite happy with this. Actually, I like it a lot better now than I did yesterday, or I guess in those previous clips. And so as you guys can see with this ladder here, let me just take the second floor off for the time being. The brown matches the front of the store here, and then the gray matches the back. And I just kind of divided it with the stairs here, and I think that looks pretty good. The back is the same, it's just gray. And like I showed earlier, I think the inside is going to stay incomplete, and I'm going to add a couple figures in there just to help tell a little bit of a story, make it a little bit more interesting. This wall is the same, it's just brown. And then that is pretty much it. I didn't get a chance to add anything to that shelf or ledge in front of the windows yet, but that'll probably be flowers, and I do have a couple of tiles, so I'm going to go in and place those in as well. Now for the second floor, I am starting to work on that, and I'm focusing on the window spacing at the moment, and so I think it's going to be 5 full-sized windows with the 2 stacks. So it would essentially look like this right here. And then the 5 sets of windows like that. And then the 1 half section of window, I guess. And then the brown's going to continue up through the middle. I think I like the sand blue. I am not totally sold on it. You know, it's been sitting in the city kind of half done for a while. And I don't know if I am totally sold on it. I kind of like it, I think, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of the sand blue. I think it's okay. I'm gonna leave it for now though, just because I don't want to spend all of today redoing this too. So I think it looks fine enough to leave as is. And then I did the brown wall over here, and then the door is gonna go here. I'm not a huge fan of having it be in line with the back wall here, but space is limited and I don't really have much of a choice here. And so then these 2 bricks are just going to go on top of that door frame and then round out this corner here. And then I just need to get a bunch of gray bricks for the back and the other side here. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to get to work. I definitely don't have enough to finish that front facade there. But as it is right now, I think it's in a pretty good spot. So let me continue working on this and I will show you guys where it goes. All right, so this is all the progress that I managed to make on this building today. I think it looks a lot better than how it started at the beginning of this video, but by no means is it close to done. I do still need to grab a door frame, but I did build up this wall as much as I can here. Unfortunately, I only have a couple more 1x2 bricks, and I don't really want to use those because as you guys can see, I would rather use bigger bricks like 1x8s, 1x10s, and stuff like that along that wall there, and then the 1x2s on the smaller side here if I need it. So that is going to have to be unfinished for the time being. And then over here, this window also can't get finished because 1, I don't have a jumper plate to attach the 2x4 plate to, and also I don't have any more window frames. So that is unfortunate. I do have the glass though, and I do need to put that in. So I will do that. But other than that, I did go ahead and add the flowers in along the fronts of the windows here, and I think it looks pretty good. I chose the yellow just because I thought the red would look a little strange, and also the pink also wouldn't really look that good. So, and also I didn't think blue looked that good, and I didn't have enough blue anyways, like the light or medium blue, I think is the official color. And so that is where we're at. This, I know this needs to become a brown 1x1 plate, as does this over here, but I am out of those, unfortunately. So that is unfortunate, but I'm pretty happy with how this turned out today. I really like the staircase actually. And so before we end the video, I want to place this back in, well, I want to add the door, and then I want to place this in the city just to show you guys how it all looks. And then we can take it from there. All right, so this is it placed into the city here, and I actually think this looks quite good next to the Sanctum Sanctorum here. Obviously, the roof will be a little bit taller, but it will still be short enough so that you can see the billboard right there on the back. So I think that looks pretty good, and then we can come over this way just to give you guys a little bit of a different angle here, and you can see the staircase in the alley. I think the alleyway looks pretty good. Obviously, the table is exposed right where the tip of my finger is, and so that's not ideal, but there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to cut a 2 or 3 stud wide base plate. That's just not worth it to me. So that's how it's going to be for now, but I actually quite like this. I think this looks good, and if you guys think so too, make sure to comment down below with your opinions on it. But on that note, that is going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what I did, make sure to like the video and subscribe, as well as click the bell notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. If you guys have any feedback for me on this hardware store, and also specifically the second floor and what I should put in it, make sure to drop a comment down below. I'm thinking it's going to be an apartment, but if you guys have any other suggestions for me, please let me know. And once again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.